Welcome back to our evolution unit. So far we've talked about geologic time, the law of superposition, comparative anatomy, and a scientist named Charles Darwin who came up with an idea to make a diagram to show how different organisms have a common ancestor. Today we'll ask ourselves, how do organisms evolve? If you remember our phylogenetic tree from last week, we saw that geckos and fungus have a common ancestor. How is it possible that one ancestor changed into two organisms that are so different from each other? Some words you'll need for today include DNA, which is inside our cells and is kind of like an instruction book for our body that tells us about what traits we'll have. DNA is made up of different parts called genes. DNA is also made up of 4 bases. They're often abbreviated as A, T, G, and C. When your body reads these bases, they're read in groups of 3, which are called codons. So for example, GAT is how scientists represent a codon that's made up of G, A, and T. You'll start with a quick ed puzzle to review what you already learned about genetics earlier this year. Then you'll read about DNA. You can click here if you would prefer to hear it read aloud, or click here if you'd like to see the text larger. Match the vocabulary words to the picture and answer the 2 questions. Then you'll read about mutations or changes to DNA. Again, you can click here to hear it read aloud or here to see the text larger. You'll match the vocabulary words to the images, and then click here to listen to an explanation of these different types of mutations. You'll have a chance to show your understanding by writing some sentences that show different types of mutations. Then you'll think about what you know and what you want to learn about DNA, why mutations happen, and how we know mutations happen. Choose 2 videos to watch, and then think about how mutations connect to our current unit about evolution. Don't forget to reflect on the learning targets and press turn in when you're finished.